today. Well, this morning. I'm up pretty early. I decided to come on camera. It's like 5:54 in the morning. So, sorry I look kind of crazy. I decided to come on camera with you guys and talk to you guys for a little bit because I just commented on a video today, and it's actually a subject that I see very often online. So I decided, you know what, let me make a YouTube video about this and talk about it. I seen a video today. Now, this is an artist that I don't know of. This was my first time actually seeing any info about this actual artist. But it's an artist that basically does what a lot of other artists does. He brings female audiences out of the audience and brings them on stage and dance with them and stuff like that. Do a show. And he does like a silhouette dance, a sexy silhouette dance with an audience person, a female from the audience. Excuse me. So basically, the story was that this artist basically was having a concert and picked a female from out of the audience who had a boyfriend with her, who he brought on stage and did a sexy silhouette dance part of the show. And there was a lot of people in the comments like talking very negatively, very bad about it. I also saw a while ago another video of a guy having a camera very, very close to a female's face, showing a video of her dancing with another guy. And she was dancing kind of sexy, but they both were wearing clothes, completely clothed, but she was dancing sexy. And he was basically showing distaste for that. And because of these two type of stories is the reason why I decided to come on camera and talk to you guys about this, because I have noticed something. And I decided, you know what, this is something that really definitely needs to be talked about, because this is a huge problem in human society. And I specify that it's a huge problem in human society specifically because animals have a repertoire of doing something different. I was watching the Animal Channel the other day. I've been studying animals my whole life, though, so this is not nothing new. But I recently was reminded watching the Animal Channel. Give me a moment, y'all. Sorry. So I was recently reminded watching the Animal Channel of how animals are very competitive and combative when it comes to mating. If not all, most animals that exist in this world today, they fight, they compete, and they entertain to get the attention of women, right? So if the show is not good enough, if he didn't fight good enough, if the nest didn't look good enough, if he didn't bring good enough gifts to the nest, then he don't get none. He don't get to make a family with her. He don't get to spend time with her. And this is animals. This is animals I'm speaking of. He don't get any time with her. He don't get to be able to do anything with her. Nothing. And this is animals, okay? And I'm going to talk about another video I recently saw that kind of reflects this energy as well. Actually, I'm going to try to see if I can pull this specific video up, because this video I should be able to pull up. This was an actual video of a man that is of LGBT community. Shout out to the LGBT community, because We love everybody over here, okay? We love and respect everybody over here. He basically was expressing that basically what he was saying is, here it is. I'm going to let him tell you. And this is not my thoughts. This is not my information. This is not my video I'm about to play. But I would like for y'all to hear what he has to say so y'all can get a better understanding and a clarity of what I'm trying to say here. Because basically what I'm about to press on here, he is talking about what I'm talking about, but in a different way and from a different perspective. But it's spot on what I feel like and how I feel and what I mean. I'll try to do the best that I can to bring this all together for you guys after I play this short clip. And if you guys want to find it,
what do I get in return for paying for dinner? Baby boy, you get to be in her presence. If you want things, go date a man. You need to be dating a man. The problem with a lot of straight guys is they don't like women. I'm not attracted to women, but I think I like women more than a lot of these guys. There have been wars fought over women. There's countries where a man can't even be in the same room with a woman who he isn't related to. That's how powerful and strong and desirable and valuable womanhood is. And men in the West are like, well, what am I getting in return for holding the door open for you? You get to be around her. You do things for her to convince her that you're a protector, a provider, you're safe, and she spends time with you. And in return, you get to be around her. You want a provider? Date men. I can give you a lot of advice on that if you need that. You shouldn't be dating women. If you want things in return, if simply being around her isn't enough for you, you're dating the wrong woman. Or the wrong gender.
Y'all hear what he said? He said you're dating the wrong woman or the wrong gender. Okay, so basically, what I'm saying, I agree with what he's saying, because it definitely does seem like these days, it definitely does seem like men don't like women. They just don't even like us. It almost seems like they only mess with us because they know they're not supposed to be gay. Because the way that he's expressing and speaking about the actual subject, he's right. That's exactly what it seems like. It seems like men actually don't like women. And it does seem like that a lot of gay men probably, like actually like women. I'm not talking about like sexually involved or, attracted, but I'm talking about actually like them as people. And that's what he's saying too. He's saying as people, basically, it seems like straight men don't like women. And I agree with him. And what that has to do with the association of competing or fighting for women is basically, if you actually liked women, then you wouldn't have a problem with competing or fighting for her, because you actually like her. If you don't actually like her, then of course you're going to sit there and ask her and challenge her on, well, why should I fight for you? Well, why should I defend you? Well, why should I respect you? In all actuality, if you like her in the first place and you want to be around her in the first place, like he was saying, you don't do things for her to get things in return and get things in response. If that's the kind of treatment and that's the kind of connection and that's the kind of relationship that you want, y'all heard the man. You don't want a relationship with a woman, then you actually want a relationship with a man. And that's exactly why I do not understand why men constantly keep complaining that women are acting too manly, but they don't want to recognize how much they keep demanding for a woman to act more manly or be more manly. Therefore, you're taking her out of her element. And then you're keeping her out of her element because then you don't want to do anything for her. You don't want to make anything easier for her. And then if you do make anything easier or better for her, like he said, then you're asking, what are you going to get? What's in it for you? What's in it for you? Just like he said, is to spend time with her, to actually be the one that she decides to be with, as opposed to the one that she decides that she's going to ignore. Because trust and believe me, you could think this woman is not the most attractive ever all you want, but if you're talking to her, believe it or not, you're definitely not the only one that thinks she's attractive. If you don't think she's that attractive, it doesn't matter. She might not think you're that attractive either. But it's sad and it's crazy because it's like people have not recognized that it's not okay to think that, oh, a person is just supposed to forget themselves over you because they love you so much. And it's not okay for you to think that now that they're in a relationship with you, they can't dress the way they usually dress. They can't act the way they usually act. They can't be who they naturally are because automatically you're going to want them to dress differently because, oh, I don't want to be out and other guys are staring at you. Listen, if you're with an attractive woman and you're a man and you're out, it's a given that guys are going to be staring at the woman that you're with unless she's not attractive. And then what? And then you're going to be mad at her because she's not attractive? It's like it almost seems like there's literally no way of being able to make people happy. And it's very sad. Now, I'm going to go to the main thing that I actually came on this video to talk about that I haven't actually completely talked about yet. So, the original main thing, the video and the information, I can't pull that up because I have no way of being able to find it at the moment. But luckily, before I wasn't able to see it anymore, I screenshotted the comment that I posted. So I posted a comment underneath that video and the information in the story of the entertainer who brought the girl on the stage and was doing the sexy silhouette dance with her. And basically I saw there was a lot of people in the comments that was, saying that, stuff was wrong with that. And, one girl said maybe he should have put a ring on her finger and he wouldn't have to feel embarrassed. And then somebody commented on that and said, well, that's a reason that he shouldn't put a ring on her finger. And these comments to me was just like really blowing my mind, and not in a good way, because it's like, first of all, why would you even take your girlfriend to a concert, especially when you know she's attractive, and put her anywhere where the entertainer is going to see her, especially if you believe that it's a possibility that she may get called on stage? Why would you even put yourself in that space if you feel like you're not going to like that? That's number one. Number two, why do you feel embarrassed or feel some type of way when you know that this is a guy that she's into, she likes, it's an idol of hers, whatever she might want to call it, whatever, the situation is. So with you knowing that as well, why would you even bring her to a concert like that and come with her to put yourself in that position to now feel like you're embarrassed? It doesn't make any sense to me. And honestly, I think that instead of men feeling so embarrassed, they should feel good. They should feel proud. I know me, if I took my boyfriend, let's say I took my boyfriend to a concert. Let's say my boyfriend's birthday came up and I asked him, what concert he want to go to. He says he wants to go to a female's concert who, he's always liked or something. Okay, let's just say, right? And let's say I get him and I tickets to go to this show. Let's say Whitney Houston was still alive. I'm gonna even use a person that's not even alive. Whitney Houston is still alive, right? And let's say that my boyfriend wanted to see Whitney Houston, and his birthday was coming up, and I decided to get him a ticket to see Whitney Houston, and I'm going with him. I get us both tickets to see Whitney Houston. And I'm not sure because I never went to any of Whitney Houston's shows when she was alive, but I'm pretty sure that she probably sung to people and maybe did a little show, with her audience as well, just like a lot of other famous, popular stars. So let's say that, my boyfriend was pulled up on stage and Whitney is all over him, dancing on him, singing to him, and all of that. Do y'all think that I'm going to actually sit there and be embarrassed and feel some type of negative way? No. I'm not going to feel no negative way. Now, would I feel probably kind of uneasy at first because it is my boyfriend? Yeah. Just because it's just natural. But then reality is going to kick in. And when reality kicks in, I'm going to recognize quite a few things. One thing, first and foremost, I'm going to recognize is that this is Whitney Houston. Okay? Only reason why she doing this is for a show. She is not interested in your boyfriend, babe. Your boyfriend is not even a caliber that she needs for her to even be interested in him. Then he's at her show. She's just trying to entertain the rest of the people, and he's just one of the people that she chose to do it. And so instead of me feeling embarrassed or weird, like I probably started to feel at first when I started to recognize that he was chosen, then I changed that and started to actually feel proud of him and happy that I'm the girl that he's with. And Whitney chose him to come up on stage. She thought he looked that good. She thought he was that fine to be next to her. Then I would start actually looking at it like, yo, this is decent. Because I know ain't no chance that Whitney or my boyfriend is ever going to be together. Ever. So why am I going to psych myself out and have myself all depressed that my boyfriend may have been hugged up with Whitney Houston? So he'll probably never see Whitney Houston again in his life after that, in that story. So with that being the case, and how I know I'm not understanding, like, why don't guys snap into reality in their mind and recognize, like, yo, my girl was chosen. The shorty that I chose, that I'm with, that I'm, deciding to spend life with right now. That's decent. Somebody that's an A-lister looked at who I have and said they decent. I would look at that as, yo, I got great taste. Like, come on. Whitney picked the same person that I picked. To me, that's a flex. And I feel like for men, it should be a flex. You're with a woman that's that attractive that everybody want her. And instead of her wanting them, she wants you. You should look at that as a badge of honor. You should look at that as like, yo, this is decent. Like, yo, I got one of the baddest shorties out here and she want me. She want to be with me. She don't want to be with nobody else. She don't want to mess with nobody else. Unless I do something to make her not want to mess with me no more. Which is possible because people do that. But other than that, she wants you. So when you know she wants you and she with you, what are you worried about? And in all actuality, I feel like what people be worried about is the fact that they know that they shouldn't even be with this person. If you know you shouldn't even be with this person in the first place, and now somebody that is of a better caliber has their attention, that's a reason why you would get jealous and stay jealous and not come to snap in reality and recognize that, it's no point in me being jealous. I don't need to be jealous because my woman wants me. She don't want this person that she dancing with. She's only dancing with them because she's having fun in the moment. She probably ain't never gonna see this star again in her life, 9 times out of 10. So why am I bugging about a problem that's not even a real problem? I mean, it's like, in all actuality, I feel like these men make it a problem because it's really not a real problem. Let's talk about one more situation that really reflects the same type of energy. The beautiful Keke Palmer. Shout out to her. When she went to the Usher concert, what was it, last year or this year? Whenever it happened, I think it was earlier this year. She went to the Usher concert, and her baby dad didn't like her outfit choice because it was very showy and made quite a few certain areas visible. And so people were complaining about that and talking about how, actually, her boyfriend was complaining about it and talking about how, I guess, she could have looked more wholesome or something. I forget the comment that he put down, but he was basically expressing that he didn't like how she was dressed and how she was acting and how she was being, and she was being photographed and recorded, obviously, and he was showing distaste for that. And it was a lot of people that was talking about, it was a lot of controversy surrounding the situation, and I feel like that's the same thing. Another beautiful woman, attractive woman, fine woman that can have any guy she wants, chooses this dude, and this is how he acts. This is how he behaves. This is, this is what she gets. Doesn't seem like much. So, I said all that, and I'm going to read my comment that I put in the comment section of the video and the information surrounding the video of the artist. I do not remember the artist's name. I tried to go back and try to find the video, couldn't find the video. But if I find it, I might come back and do a number 2 video about it. But after I seen all the negative comments in the comment section, trying to down the girl and talking about how bad they feel about the guy whose boyfriend she had that brought her to the show, I decided to make this comment. I said, now this comment got removed almost right after I wrote it, but luckily I got the opportunity to screenshot it and save it. But I didn't get to screenshot and save the actual video so that I could be able to tell y'all who it was or what the video was that I was talking about. But I think I talked about enough different variety situations that's similar so you guys can really get the picture. So the comment I put that got removed like right away was, the thing is this: some people just really don't need to date attractive people. And I'm recognizing that, because only thing you really deserve is what you appreciate. And when a person is with an attractive person and then they make that person feel bad for being attractive, you can't go out with them, because anytime somebody is attracted to you, now they're mad at you for it. You're showing that you don't appreciate being with an attractive person. And when you make that attractive person feel bad for being attractive, you're letting them know that they made the wrong decision. Choosing to be with someone that is very immature and that cannot handle actually being with an attractive person. Because if you can handle being with an attractive person, you're not going to make them feel bad about who they are. The saddest thing about this is that other attractive people are not even confident enough to not make other people that are attractive feel bad. And that's the hardest part. Because if you can't even connect with another attractive person that understands your struggle and it's not going to put you through the same pain, then what hope do you have? I honestly can only say that the only reason that I could ever guess that they took it off, that Instagram took that comment off, is because of me telling the truth and really making it clear. Because that's the truth. I didn't say nothing bad. I didn't say nothing messed up. I didn't say nothing screwed up. I didn't even say nothing freaky. None of the above. So what was wrong with that comment? I don't know what they thought was wrong with it, but they looked at that and immediately took it off. And I was like, if I find that video again, I'm going to put it back up there again. I'm going to keep putting it up there. Because people need to understand that you don't deserve what you want if you can't appreciate what you have. If you have an attractive person, a person that you know other people are going to look at and say, oh, they're gorgeous. Oh, they're beautiful. Oh, they're handsome. Oh, they look good. If you can't deal with people saying stuff like that about your person and lusting after your person, then you are clearly showing, like in my comment, that you do not appreciate attractive people and that you are automatically going to try to hate on them, disrespect them, disregard them, belittle them, or try to dilute their attractiveness. Automatically, you're showing that that's what you're going to do. Because you're already showing a disposition because of them being attractive when that's not their fault. Like, you can't be angry or upset at a person because they look good. If you don't want to be around people that look good, then don't be around people that look good. Find somebody ugly. I mean, come on. I'm going to keep it real. I'm sorry if that's too blunt, but at the same time, I think everybody needs to grow the heck up and recognize that being children in adult bodies is not quite working out for you guys. It's not working out. Y'all have child mindsets to think that you can get with an attractive person and then automatically in some sense think that they're going to lose their attractiveness because they're with you. And it's actually horrible to put people in that position to think that that's what they're supposed to do. I remember, and I wasn't even going to say anything about this because I was like trying to be all loyal to this person because I had so much loyalty to this person, you know, when we used to talk. But you know what? This person has shown me that there is no loyalty, and that any loyalty that I thought there was just me that thought that. They didn't share those views. They've shown me that through behavior that really has, you know, made me look at them very differently and lose a lot of respect for them. So I'm just going to go ahead and share the story because there's no need for me to show loyalty to somebody that's not showing loyalty to me anyway. And I'm not going to disclose the person's information or anything like that either. So if anybody was to find out who this story is about, it would probably be from the person who the story is about, because that's the only, you know, person that would know besides myself. So I remember in high school, if you guys have been watching my channel, I went to my mom's school, when I was in high school. From, I think, middle school to high school, if I'm not mistaken. So I had a friend. I use that term very loosely, calling this person a friend now, but I had a friend who was a guy, and I was attracted to this person, definitely. And we were real cool to the point that we used to talk almost every day. And I remember one of the first things that he told me, and I was like, whoa, he hasn't changed, because he's obviously, he still feels that same way. But anyway, I remember we were like 15, 16 years old, high school. I remember one of the first conversations that we had was him expressing to me that he's thinking about marrying a woman that's Muslim, or being with a woman that's Muslim. And I was like, huh? I said, why you say that? He said, because, like, I don't want nobody that I'm romantically involved with, or, you know, intimate with, my wife, better yet, to be seen by other guys. I said, what you mean? He was like, you know how they have to wear, like, they have to be garbed up. They have to wear the garb over their face, you know, the garb over their body, you know, they can't show no skin and all that kind of stuff. I was like, yeah. He was like, I like that. I was like, why would you like that? He was like, because I don't like the idea, especially if I'm married, the idea of any other men lusting after my wife and looking at my wife a certain kind of way. He was like, at least if she's Muslim and she's garbed up, nobody's going to be able to see her but me. Now, back then, I was like kind of confused as to like, why do you even have that kind of mindset? I didn't say that then. I just didn't really say much of anything after he said that. But in my head, that's what I was thinking. Like, what? And now as a grown adult, knowing that some of the ways that I've peeped about him now as an adult, I know he still has that same mindset, because, you know, guys have certain type of energy. Girls do too. And he still has that energy. And the energy that he described when we was in high school is the same energy that he has now. Where it's like, he's like a lot of other guys where they don't like women that are attractive because I guess they feel like they get too much attention. In all actuality, I hate to say this, but it's true. In all actuality, that sounds like jealousy. Here's why I say it sounds like jealousy. Because you say you want her to be garbed up, you want her to be covered up, you don't want her to be lusted after, and you don't want her to be seen, right? But he never said that he would garb himself up, and that he would also cover himself up, and that he would also make sure that he's not seen, so that there can be some balance there, and so that she doesn't feel like she's being covered up, but he's all exposed and he can do whatever he wants. So that's why I feel like it kind of sounds like a jealousy thing, because if she has to be covered up because you don't want other men lusting after her, you don't think that other women lust after you, seeing your face, seeing your skin, seeing your body, seeing your calves if you decide to wear shorts, seeing your stomach if you decide to take your shirt off? So that's why I honestly feel like it really does come off like a jealousy type thing. Now, I remember some type of whitewashed crap of somebody using like jewelry and stuff to say that it's precious and it has to be hidden away. But that doesn't make sense because people don't hide jewelry. They show it off. This diamond necklace I'm wearing, this diamond ring I'm wearing, I don't hide those. I show them off. I wear them so people can see them, right? So how can you use jewelry, pearls, for instance, to describe the intricate reason of hiding away beauty when pearls are used for display? That's not a good comparison. But because people don't like to argue with certain kind of people, because, oh, how dare you? That's why I'm not even going to bring up the name or the actual complete story of what I'm talking about, because I know I probably would catch a bunch of heat. I don't feel like it. It already seems like I keep getting and then losing subscribers. I don't know why. To be honest, I don't really care about offending people because people get offended by the dumbest stuff these days. Like, seriously, like it's stupid. It's like, what? That's what you're offended by? All right, whatever. So I can't care about people getting offended these days because I know I don't be blatantly saying nothing crazy to like get under nobody's skin or make somebody upset or anything like that anyway. So if you get offended, you get upset, you get your panties all up in a bunch, that's not my fault. Obviously, that's the energy you decide that you want to be in. That has nothing to do with me, you know? But it's just like, it's really kind of sad because I feel like men or women don't even recognize how bad they make themselves look, having the mentalities that they have to hide away the person that they're with. Yet they don't talk about hiding themselves. Any person, he didn't say that he was going to hide himself, and any person that ever says anything about covering up and not showing sexiness and not showing off and stuff like that, they never say anything about hiding themselves. They never say, and I'm going to make sure that I cover up too, because you deserve to have your prize hidden as well. Everybody don't need to be seeing what you got neither. Why is the balance not maintained there? Y'all want to maintain balance with, oh, well, if the man cook, the woman should cook. If the man clean, the woman should clean. If the man do this, then the woman should do that. Okay, y'all want to keep balance there, but you don't want to keep balance when you're telling this woman that she has to cover up and she has to garb up or she has to dress modestly. My whole twist is this. The reason why I'm against the modest dressing situation is because I'll put a bikini on and go to the beach. I'll, wear a halter top or half, shirt or something to show off my tat or show off my stomach, or because it's hot. I'll wear a pair of short shorts and a halter top because it's hot. So, and I got a body on me and I'm pretty. So I'm one of them type of people that I'm talking about that goes through the crap of having men make you feel bad for being attractive, for being sexy, for being fine as hell. I'm sorry that I'm fine. Excuse me, I thought I was supposed to be proud of that. But anyway, my apologies, I suppose. What the heck? Y'all really expect us to apologize for being cute, for being fine, for being sexy? Like, what the? Seriously? And then it's crazy because then people want to get mad at you because you fine. It's like y'all And then if you fine and you act like you don't know you fine, then, oh, you have the worst self-esteem ever. It's like, yo, what the? Am I living in the Twilight Zone? Because what is this? This is wild. You can never make people happy. You can't. You ugly, you can't make them happy. You cute, you can't make them happy. You got sex appeal, you can't make them happy. You don't got sex appeal, you can't make them happy. That's why I say that I just do what I want and need to do on my own and try to do the best that I can to make sure that I'm appealing to God. That I'm not going against God. That I'm not going against nature. But other than that, I live for myself and I live my own life and I don't live to make other people happy. Because too many times, anytime you try to live to make other people happy, you're trying to make somebody happy that can't even make themselves happy. So how about that? How you going to do that? How you really going to manage to figure out how to make somebody happy who has survived however many years that they have been alive and still have not achieved that goal themselves? How you think you going to do it now? And 9 times out of 10, you don't even know this person. So you really think you going to make somebody that you don't even know happy by doing what they want you to do? They don't even know you? Or they do know you and they don't even like themselves. So they 9 times out of 10 don't like you either. So they're not going to give you the best advice. They're not going to have genuine motives behind whenever they tell you, whatever they say. But you, instead of having your own mind, think, oh, I'm supposed to just appeal to the crowd. I'm supposed to just appeal to the masses. I learned at a very young age, appealing to the masses is a surefire ticket to Loserville. Because the only thing that the masses want to do is make you lose. Make you look pathetic. Make you look like an idiot. And then what are they going to do once they get you there? Laugh at you? Talk crap about you? So it's like everybody wants to appeal to the masses. And because of that, that's why they want to feel embarrassed. Because, oh, look at your girl. She all grinding up on this foreign guy. Because in all actuality, that's the other reason. Jealousy. And because people are people pleasing. I think that's another reason why that guy that I was cool with in high school said that. Because he was a people pleaser. And I guess he still is. He probably feeling like, yeah, other people going to see me with her. And other people going to be thinking, well, why she dressed like that? And why she wearing that? And why she this? And why she that? And why you with her when she doing that? And in my honest opinion, paying too much attention to people that's paying too much attention to you and they shouldn't be is toxic. That's not good. So I'm like thinking about that too. And I'm like, that's probably why a lot of men is like that too. And women if they are. Because you think that you're supposed to appeal to everybody that you're around and be concerned about everybody that you're around, yet you don't even recognize the only reason why they even acting concerned is not because they actually even care. It's because they know they got some crap with them that they don't want you to be paying attention to. So they'd rather sit there and have like themselves be way too engrossed in your life and what you're doing so that they can have the attention being on you and off of them. Usually when people do stuff like that, that's the only reason why they even acting concerned, because that's what it is. It's an act. They don't care. I don't even care if they your siblings. I don't care if they your family. They do not care. Only reason why they acting like they care is because they got something in their closet that they don't want you to know about, that they don't want you to be concerned about, that they don't want you to be paying attention to. So they know if they pay way too much attention about your life and what you're doing and judging you, then you're going to be so overwhelmed by them judging you that you're not even going to be able to pay attention to whatever they got going on to be able to judge them back. But sadly, that person was not mature enough to recognize that. Me, I get it. That's why I'm not one of them type of people who is a jealous person. Now, am I human just like anybody else? Of course I am. So, like I said in the example earlier, straight from the rip, at first, I might be a little jealous. At first, before reality hits and I recognize what I'm doing to myself, which is nothing good by being jealous, especially if I want to be with an attractive person. You know, so I don't have that type of energy that he had back then. I didn't have it back then. I didn't completely understand it back then. You know, I was just hearing him out, basically. And it was just like, wow, that's the kind of mindset that these guys have. And it is. And it's crazy because it's like, it's sad that that's what men would rather have as opposed to pride. I would feel prideful, like I've expressed already with the story that I told you guys. It's a false made up story, but still, regardless, still same stands, because I would do the same thing. You know, I would be ending up proud that, you know, other people, especially a star, a superstar, thinks that somebody that I think is fine also thinks it's fine. At first, it's like, ooh, wait a minute, hold up, you all on my man. Wait a minute. At first, yeah, that is the attitude you get at first. But when you recognize, because you're grown now, you're not a kid anymore, and you're not in that loser mindset of immaturity, you understand and you know, if you want to be with an attractive person, you can't be with an attractive person and not be able to handle the fact that other people are going to think they're attractive too. And you have to be one of those type of people that bring your A game too. And I think that's another reason why people, you know, have issues with attractive people, because they know that if they're not acting right, this attractive person can very easily replace them. That's another reason. So you got jealousy, you got people pleasing, and then you have fear that another person is going to be capable of stealing them from you. And that's a lot of low vibrational attributes there. Because why aren't you feeling the opposite of these instead, you know? But going back to focus, so that's another issue that could cause that type of mentality in people, because they feel like, oh, you know, I don't want to be the one to think that, okay, I could trust you and you're for me and I'm for you, and then next thing I know, I'm finding out that you're breaking up with me and you're getting with the very person that you told me to not be concerned about. Like, stuff like that does happen to people, and I do understand that. But I also understand that even though some people will do that to people, at the same time, the only time usually that most people do stuff like that is when the person is not delivering at their fullest potential and they're not doing the best that they can by this person. And then, honestly, rightfully so, that they lose that person if they're not putting their best foot forward, making sure that they do their best by them. You know, and I feel like that just shows insecurity on top of insecurity on top of insecurity. Because it's like, if you were secure in your life, if you were secure in yourself and who you are as a man or a woman, then why do you have so low self-esteem and bad insecurities to the point of thinking that it's so easy for this person that obviously has showed you that they have interest in you by being with you, and that they love you because they are with you and not somebody else? Why would you then think that now all of a sudden immediately they're accessible to other people just because they're being sexy around other people? Why would you not recognize that, all right, but they still have control over themselves, and they still a grown behind person, an adult who has control over their body and over their limbs and stuff. And so they can tell a person no, and they can tell a person, all right, you're going too far, you're doing too much, whatever the situation is. Am I ever going to say that when people do ignorant things like being bold and disrespectful, that that's okay? No, I'm never going to say that that's okay. But what I will say is, give people an opportunity to actually defend themselves before you just start jumping to conclusions just because they're attractive. Like, it really sucks when people do that. People don't understand that can make a relationship end up not being a success before anything else, because no one wants to be with somebody that makes them constantly feel like every time they're, living their best life, being attractive, being fun, being exciting, being the people person that they can be, that they have to shut that down or dilute it or act in some type of way different than that because, oh, this person that I'm with is so insecure with themselves that they're gonna automatically think that whoever I'm entertaining, joking with, just having fun with, just having like a friendly kind of demeanor with, not even really on no real situation, but people be making it more than what it is, and it's sad because it's like that breaks up a lot of relationships quicker than anything else. Cheating, financial issues, and all of that, like, that will break you up quicker than anything else. That's why I really wish that people will get their confidence up, you know what I'm saying, and recognize that if that person is with you and they're a genuine good person, then they're with you. Now, if you're not being the best version of yourself, then you need to learn how to be the best version of yourself and stop trying to make people feel like they have to take less because you can't produce the best and they're with you, because that's not right either, But, it's just, it's kind of sad because we live in a world full of people that are insecure, that are controlling, that are manipulative, that are disrespectful but demand respect. This is a crazy world out here, y'all. And I know it's balance out here in the universe. I just know it is. So I'm just going to continue to believe in that balance that I know exists out here, even though it's crazy. And I'm going to keep praying that, especially Black communities, learn how to love each other better, learn how to take better care of each other, better respect each other, and support one another and love each other better, and learn how to, instead of trying to dilute and just disrespect attractive people's, vibes and their attractiveness and their personalities and things. How about we be the best versions of ourselves so that we can always have the confidence that we need to know that whoever we're with, we're providing such a lit personality, such a lit vibe, such an amazing love and respect that we know that if you do decide that you don't want to mess with us anymore, you want to be with somebody else, that's your loss anyway. Because you're losing a diamond going to pick up a rock. Because you scared that everybody going to be looking at the diamond. But what you not recognizing is that this is a diamond that can't be touched by everybody. That can't be, even if it is touched, it can't be affected by everybody the way that they're affected by you. Touching is overrated because a person can touch you and that means nothing. You know what I'm saying? So all of that dancing sexy and being sexy and sensual and stuff like that, y'all not having sex. Yeah, it's giving the illusion of it, but y'all not doing it. So why make a big deal about giving the illusion of something when the only thing that is a show? And all of those different stories that I mentioned to you guys as examples of the bad situations with these females was shows, So understand, a show is a show. That's all it is a show. And also understand that when people have certain type of lit personalities, characters, vibes, that doesn't mean they're going to cheat on you. If you automatically thinking that people are going to cheat on you because they got a lit vibe and personality and they're attractive, you need help. You need to work on yourself. You need to recognize and understand that you got issues, serious issues. Because you have terribly low self-esteem and low confidence.